name is Francie and today I'm having a book review for you, and it is for Red Rising by Pierce Brown, a really up-and-coming young adult dystopian sci-fi novel. I have to look at my notes because I read this 2 weeks ago and my brain, you know. So this book is really weird in a way because it draws so much inspiration from other young adult series I've read, but then the way Pierce Brown puts it together is still very unique. But it definitely felt like several books in one, and there were several parts that were really different from the others. I just try to give you an idea of how the book makes you feel by reading, but as always, spoiler free. Let's just give you a quick overview of the plot. It starts with Darrow, and he lives on Mars. He lives in the mines, so he's always in the earth, kind of. He doesn't see daylight at all, and he thinks that you can't live on Mars because of the atmosphere, and he thinks that he and his tribe and his family, all the people he knows, work on Mars in those mines to make the planet inhabitable for people who someday can move there and live there. So in a way he works to make his kids or their kids a nice world. And someday there's something happening and he gets to know that people already live on Mars and they are the slaves for this civilization. So he tries to find a way to save his people, and I don't want to really talk much more about the plot because I don't want you to know everything about it. So it starts in those mines, and it's kind of a feeling like Wool by Hugh Howey, because there are people stuck under the earth, so to say. And it also really reminded me of Escape from Furnace by Alexander Gordon Smith, a really great young adult series that not many people know. Then as the story progresses, it has a lot of Hunger Games similarities. The whole people who are living in poverty, fighting for their freedom, and this is something you can find now and then during this book. But then there's a huge part of the book, around I think 2/3 of the book, where Darrow is somewhere that feels like a mix between Game of Thrones, Survivor and The Apprentice. And that's just such a freaky mix of genres, but it works really well. The book is very violent if you don't like those kind of books. What I liked about it is that it has many words that were foreign to me, so the language is a bit more sophisticated than in other young adult novels. Most of the time it's written really greatly. There are a few parts where I thought the author is kind of showing off by telling us how amazing and diverse his world is, but he's just telling us and not showing us. Anyway, I really like this book, and there's a lot of strategizing in this book and a lot of kind of twists and turns. What I found really interesting is that you have the main character, Darrow, and you see from his perspective, but then there's sometimes he's planning things and he isn't telling you, like you can't really see into his head, and then there's this big plot twist and you feel like, what? I should have known about this, but you didn't because he kept it secret from you, and it's just really crazy, but it worked really well. I haven't seen this used much in plot building. I'm really excited for book 2, which comes out in January, I think, and it's called The Golden Sun. I'm a little bit skeptic though, because it will be really different as well as this last book. But I'm interested to see a lot more about the society there. The society is also kind of like the Hunger Games society, like I said, where some people are really poor and others are really fortunate and they have everything. And in this book they also have kind of superpowers because they just use a lot of plastic surgery and just science to evolve the body. So I gave this book 4 stars. I would have given it 5 if I haven't read all those other books before that reminded me of this. So I didn't feel like it was really unique, but it was executed in a great way. And if you never read The Hunger Games or anything, then I think this book will be really awesome for you. And yeah, I think a lot of people would like this book, especially people who like to read about plots with a lot of action. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Not the best of the best, but still quite far up. That was my short little review. Tell me if you read this book and if you are excited about The Golden Son. See you soon, guys, and bye bye.